Have you ever wondered what your dog is actually thinking when a stranger comes to the door? Well, today we're going to dive deep into a home security workshop for you and your best friend. We're going to break down a really fantastic article from the experts over at Doggozilla magazine to figure out how our four-legged family members react when a potential threat comes knocking. So what are we getting into today? First, we're going to profile three totally different types of canine responders, from the serious guardian to the happy-go-lucky dog who just wants to make friends. Then we'll talk about how you can tap into their natural instincts and build a really solid security partnership through some smart training. Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine a stranger walking up to your house late at night. The reaction you get from inside, well, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. It really, really depends on your dog's natural temperament and what they were originally bred for. When you look at them side by side, the difference is just, wow, it's stark. On one side, you've got the alert dog, and its body language is basically screaming, back off. Every muscle is tense, the hair on their back is raised. Those are crystal clear warning signs. But on the other side, the friendly dog's posture is just open, loose, and inviting. The tail really does tell the whole story. All right, first up, let's talk about the alert and assertive breeds. These are your natural guardians, the dogs whose instincts are just hardwired to protect their turf and their family no matter what. And here's the classic, the German Shepherd. There's a reason they're such a famous guardian breed. They're incredibly smart and courageous, and they have this powerful, deep-seated instinct to protect. They will literally put themselves between their family and a threat without a second thought. Then you've got the Rottweiler, just powerful, muscular, and absolutely fearless. A Rottweiler is fiercely loyal to its people, but naturally suspicious of strangers, and believe me, it will not hesitate to confront an intruder. And of course, we can't forget the Doberman Pinscher. This breed is this amazing combination of super high intelligence and incredible speed. They're obedient, they're always alert, and they make for a very elegant but extremely effective protector. Okay, now let's completely switch gears and talk about a totally different temperament. These are the gentle and friendly companions. For these guys, friendship and cuddles are almost always going to win out over playing security guard. Let's take the Labrador Retriever, for example. It's one of the most popular family dogs in the world for a reason. A lab will almost definitely bark to let you know someone's at the door, but their super outgoing personality means they're just not naturally aggressive towards strangers. And it's a pretty similar story with the Golden Retriever. They are famously patient and gentle. An intruder is probably more likely to get a whole lot of happy licks than they are a warning growl from one of these guys. And then we've got the smaller companions, like the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. These dogs just thrive on being with people. Yeah, they might bark at a weird noise, but they just don't have that intimidating presence that's going to scare off an intruder. So finally, there's this really fascinating third group, the indifferent breeds. A lot of these dogs were bred for really specific jobs, which gives them this focused, independent personality that, well, it just doesn't put guarding the house at the top of the to-do list. The Beagle is the perfect example here. They were bred to hunt rabbits, right? So their whole world is driven by smells. Their nose is king, and they're way more likely to be locked onto an interesting scent than worried about who's at the door. Or think about the Siberian Husky. These dogs were bred to work together in a pack, pulling sleds for miles and miles. This makes them super social and friendly, but not very territorial or suspicious of new people. And then there's the Greyhound, bred for pure, unadulterated speed, not for defense. These dogs are usually just calm, gentle giants. They aren't wired to be on high alert or protective of their space like a true guard breed is. So what's behind all these different reactions? It really just boils down to a natural guardian instinct. It's something that's present in all dogs, at least to some degree. It's this ancient primal impulse to protect their pack, which is you, and their territory. And it's pretty amazing how clearly dogs communicate when they sense a threat. They give off these very distinct warning signs, that sharp, loud bark, a low grumble, the hair standing up on their back, and a really rigid defensive posture. They are telling you loud and clear that something is not right. So understanding these instincts, that's step one, and it's a huge one. Now let's talk about how to turn that knowledge into practical home security. It's time to go from theory to practice with some actual training drills. Now, a professional trainer can be a massive help, but the foundation of a good guardian is really built on three pillars that you can work on right at home. First, clear, consistent commands. This creates a reliable way for you two to talk to each other. Second, socialization is so key. It teaches your dog to know the difference between a welcome guest and a potential threat. And finally, constant positive reinforcement. That's what builds the confidence they need to act the right way when it truly matters. And you've got to think about how important nonverbal cues are. In a tense situation where you need to be quiet, having clear, practiced hand signals for commands like stay, quiet, or watch becomes your absolute best tool for communication. So here's the really crucial point in all of this. Home security isn't just about having a certain breed of dog, not at all. It's about the trust, the communication, and the partnership that you build together every single day. And you know, the article really says it best. Dogs serve as remarkable guardians of our homes. By really understanding their instincts, respecting who they are, and training them the right way, you empower your dog to be the absolute best protector they can be. This whole explainer, everything from the breed profiles to these training tips, was based on an incredibly detailed article from the amazing team over at Doggozilla magazine. And all of this information kind of leaves us with one final, really important thought to chew on. It's not just about what your dog can do for you. It's also about what you can do for them. So, are you ready to be the kind of partner your dog needs you to be?